You didn't click this by accident. Out of endless videos and endless distractions, this one found you. And that's not random. It's recognition. Something inside you has noticed a fissure. Something is changing. If you've been carrying a quiet, stubborn feeling that the person you used to be is fraying, aging out, or simply no longer useful, this is for you. This video, this message, tends to appear right before the old self dies. Not as a threat, but as a doorway. Let me be blunt. True transformation looks a lot like loss at first. The version of you that kept you safe, obedient, and predictable did a job. It defended you, it got you through things, and it made sense for a time. But that same version becomes a cage. When it's ready to go, it doesn't whisper politely. It rattles, it grieves, it lashes out, and it makes you question everything. That noise is part of the process. If you ignore it or try to fix it too quickly, you stall the whole upgrade. So how do you know the old self is dying? There are signs, practical, messy, unavoidable. First, the small satisfactions stop satisfying. The promotion that would have thrilled you a year ago feels flat. The social patterns that used to make you feel included now feel draining. The rituals you performed because they were expected and they no longer land. That's not some moral failure. That's your nervous system retuning. You've outgrown what used to fill you. And that discomfort is the body saying, make room. Second, you start telling the truth to yourself. Not performative honesty, but deep, unavoidable clarity. You catch yourself in the half-truths and old explanations and feel ashamed so sharp it wakes you up. You stop pretending everything is fine, and you begin to notice what drains you, who drains you, and what was built out of fear rather than desire. That clarity will cause friction. People around you will react because your new honesty reflects their own blurry edges. Relationships will reorder. Third, options thin out. Doors close. Opportunities that once buzzed now pass by quietly. This constriction scares people. It looks like loss. But wise people learn to read it as alignment. The world is redirecting resources into fewer containers, the ones that actually match who you are becoming. When your calendar cleans itself, when invitations dry up, notice where the silence is carving space. That gap is not punishment, it's preparation. Fourth, the old self makes one last stand. Doubt arrives in professional packaging, logical arguments, decisive-looking spreadsheets, responsible reasons to retreat. What if you lose everything? It will whisper. That voice is not the enemy. It's the old programming trying to survive. Hear it, think it, and then act anyway. Don't try to annihilate that voice. Include it. Ask, what are you protecting me from? Then do the kind of action that gives the new self a little more hardware to stand on. You'll also experience tiny previews, not the main event, but rehearsals. A conversation that feels electric, a small success that tastes like promise. A person who sees you in a way you haven't been seen. Treat those previews with reverence, but don't cling. They are invitations to practice being the person who can handle the life that's coming. Practical navigation matters. Let me give you an honest, usable roadmap you can follow when the old you is collapsing and the new one is impatiently waiting. Step 1. Inventory. Write out the scripts you run on repeat. I'm not creative. I don't deserve time. I must always be useful. Name them. Put them on the page. Naming removes fog. It makes the unconscious conscious.
It's not therapy theater. It's tactical. Step 2. Forgive the old you. The version that protected you did so with the tools it had. Forgiveness isn't letting it off the hook. It's a kindness that frees you. Say thank you to your former self for keeping you alive long enough to arrive here. Step 3. Make small, irreversible acts. Small changes that can't be casually undone force growth. Announce a project publicly. Put a date on a commitment. Quit one loyalty that has quietly drained you for years. These acts rewire your nervous system by making reversal expensive. The old self depends on reversibility. Remove that safety net in small, measured ways, and your mind stops rehearsing retreat. Step 4. Ritualize rest. The death of an identity consumes energy. You need restoration built into the plan. That means intentional naps, walking with no podcast, doing nothing for 20 minutes. Rest is not laziness, it's the refueling required to create. Make rest a non-negotiable strategy. Step 5. Cultivate a witness. Not a cheerleader, not someone who will rescue you, a witness who sees the uncomfortable, who names your progress when you can't see it, who doesn't dilute your truth. A friend, a coach, a small group, people who can hold you steady without saving you. Now let's talk about the social fallout. When you change, not everyone can come with you. Some relationships will fracture. That's painful, yes, but also clarifying. People who could only love the old version of you will reveal themselves. That doesn't always mean they're bad. It often means they aren't compatible with your next season. Your job is not to negotiate everyone's readiness for your evolution. Your job is to honor your trajectory. A few practical scripts for boundary setting when pushback arrives. Right now, I'm focusing on X, so I can't give this the attention it needs. Thanks for sharing. I hear you. I'll take care of what I can. I'm choosing differently now, and I need you to respect that. Short, clear, no defense. People will test your new edges. Test them back with kindness and firmness. There's also the scarcity test. Suddenly money may tighten or opportunities may delay. That's when the mind's old safety arguments roar the loudest. Financial constriction is not always a cosmic punishment. Sometimes it's a pruning that forces alignment. Use scarcity as a refining tool. Tighten what doesn't matter so you can expand what does. Practical steps. Reduce one subscription. Time block creative hours and make 3 small side moves that build optionality. Teach a class. Freelance a small project or trade skills with someone. Action dissolves panic. One truth I want you to hold. Grief is not optional, and it is not a sign of failure. When your old identity dies, you will grieve. That grief is a freeing agent. Let it move through you. Journal the losses. Tell a trusted friend. Ritualize the release. Write a letter to the old you and burn it or bury it. Rituals help the mind accept endings that words alone can't process. Another useful practice is name it to tame it. When intense feeling arrives, give it a label. This is fear. This is anger. This is old guilt. When you label the emotion, it loses some of its charge. Use grounding tools. 5 slow breaths, a 5, 4, 3, a 2, 1 sensory check, or a 10-minute walk. Small pilots of calm recalibrate the system. You'll also find yourself more intolerant of small talk and more hungry for depth. That's normal. Seek people who can hold conversation that matters. Read books that expand your interior life. Start asking better questions. Replace "how are you" with "what's changing for you right now."
Ask friends about their edge. These moves will upgrade your social field. Let me tell you a real-life example, so this isn't just philosophy. A friend I know was the dependable yes person at work and in relationships. When the old self began to die, she started saying no to evening meetings, stopped volunteering for projects she didn't value, and carved morning time for writing. People complained. Clients wondered if she was still committed. Money tightened for a season. She nearly panicked and almost retreated. She didn't. Within a year, she had a smaller client list that paid better, 2 writing opportunities she loved, and friendships that honored her time. The old version kept her safe in very specific ways, but the new version opened up a life that felt like home. There will be tests. The universe loves them before major shifts, health hiccups, relationship storms, or deadlines that force choices. See these as calibration, not catastrophe. Respond to tests with curiosity. What part of me is being called here? What would a wise version of me do? Small disciplined responses beat dramatic reactions. Loneliness is the secret currency of transformation. The closer you get to the frontier of who you can become, the thinner the crowd becomes. This solitude is not exile. It's incubation. Use it. Write, create, practice your craft. Learn to be present with yourself without a running commentary. The skill of healthy solitude is foundational. It builds the person who can show up sustained, not performatively. You'll notice emergent clarity about values. Things you once thought you needed fall away without regret. Your calendar starts to look like an outline of who you are. That clarity is powerful because it simplifies decisions. When you know what matters, many things take care of themselves. A last invitation. Let the previews teach you. Those small wins, the electric conversations, they're rehearsals. Don't treat them like guarantees. Treat them like training wheels. Notice how they feel physically. If they expand you, they are signals to orient toward. If they shrink you into performance, that's a red flag. You don't need to annihilate the old self to create space for the new one. You need to thank it, grieve it, and then take practical steps that move your life toward coherence. The death will be noisy. It will be beautiful in ways you can't yet imagine, and it will make you available to a life that matches the depth you've been carrying quietly all this time. If anything in this message resonated, don't just keep it inside. Anchor it. Drop a comment right now that simply says, "I'm ready for my new self." No explanation, no backstory, just those words. Why? Because when you declare it publicly, you shift it from a private thought into a living commitment. That small act plants a flag in the ground. It tells your old self, "I've moved on." And it tells your future self, "I'm ready for you." If you know someone standing at the same threshold, share this video with them and invite them to write it too. The old version served you. Thank it. Grieve it. Release it. Then gently, bravely, live the life that version could only dream of. The world needs the person who's on the other side of this death.